So Darren Till beats up Donald Cerrone, puts him away in the first round, then calls out Mike Perry, who is conveniently stationed at cage side, and the two of them engage in a heated face-to-face with the octagon fence between them, which is weird because it seems like they actually agree, at least on one key point. These guys Till and Perry, yeah, they should probably fight each other. The only thing they disagree on is who'll be left standing at the end. There's just one problem, and it's Santiago Ponzinibbio. As in, the guy Perry already is booked to fight December 16th at UFC on Fox 26. It's a bummer, isn't no disrespect to Ponzinibbio, who has a healthy 5-fight winning streak in the UFC to go along with his surprising knockout of Gunnar Nelson in July. But let's be honest, Perry Ponzinibbio wasn't on anyone's list of dream fights. Even Perry can't convincingly pretend to be excited about it. The best he can do is say he's not disappointed by the pairing. Meanwhile, the moment Till mentioned his name in the aftermath of his win at UFC Gdansk, Perry seemed to materialize on the other side of the cage, already in a three-quarter rage. How dare someone say he wants to fight him? Even though that is, pretty much the basis on which his chosen profession is built. For the UFC, it's almost too perfect. Two young welterweights, both of them rocketing up the ranks with exciting fighting styles and swaggering, polarizing personalities, and now they have their sights set on each other. The matchmaking doesn't get much easier than that. But then, there's that Ponzinibbio fight again, interrupting the easy flow of things, or at least delaying them. The UFC isn't in the habit of pulling one fighter out of a scheduled matchup just to make another, possibly more interesting one, and that's mostly a good thing, even if it's hard not to wish for an exception just this once. You can't let yourself be tossed around by whatever gusts happen to kick up on any given weekend. It's hard enough keeping things in check with injuries and illnesses forcing necessary replacements. Asking a UFC matchmaker to go messing with the schedule just because the mood has changed is the kind of thing that strokes are made of. But that doesn't mean we have to pretend like the mood hasn't changed. Before Saturday, Perry Ponzinibbio was a bit of a head-scratcher. After racking up the knockouts and building up the hype, Perry asked for Robbie Lawler and got Ponzinibbio again. Nothing against the man, but if you were in the mood for knockouts, and you typed Lawler's name into the UFC Fight Pass search bar, and it gave you results for Ponzinibbio instead, you can't tell me your first thought would be, well, this is just as good. Come on, that's like asking for a shot of whiskey and getting cough syrup. Same idea, and you can make it work if you have to, but it's not the same thing. The fact that Perry now has a relatively organic beef with another rising welterweight only makes the existing pairing more anticlimactic. As things stand now, Perry's fight with Ponzinibbio just looks like the Darren Till sweepstakes. If Perry wins, things can proceed according to plan. If he doesn't, hey, maybe Ponzinibbio will be a serviceable replacement if you were an executive at Fox, hoping to get the most out of the UFC ratings while the current TV rights deal is in effect. You can't tell me that a part of you wouldn't be hoping to hear that Ponzinibbio had injured himself in training or even just slammed his hand in a car door. All those times when the injury bug ruined your best laid plans, and it can't step up and do you a favor now, but, of course, you can't think that way. You can't hope someone gets hurt or sick and has to pull out of a fight. That would be unseemly. That would be wrong. If it happened on its own, though, it might also be perfect. For complete coverage of UFC Fight Night 118, check out the UFC events section of the site.